Welcome to a Recipe Reborn featuring your favorite foods from Final Fantasy XIV. Hello, my name is Lemon Drop and I develop recipes by combining real-life culinary inspiration with the in-game recipe, description, thumbnail, geography, and lore. If you're into 14 and food, please subscribe and click the bell for a new episode every week. Today I am making festive sushi balls. These round, colorful treats are perfect for celebrating the Little Ladies' Day seasonal event which started earlier this week. It is parallel to the real-life festival known as Dolls' Day, Girls' Day, or in Japanese, Hina Matsuri. This particular tabletop meal is from last year's event, and to me it looks like a plate of temari sushi, which are shaped to look like decorative toys. To make this meal extra special, I imagined how I would want to celebrate as a little lady of light. What could be better than food that resembles the creatures and companions I have met on my adventures from Heidelin to Norvrent? Arguably, the most important part of making any sushi is the rice. You may have seen someone wash rice before and wondered why. As the grains move and rub against each other while in transit, they break down, creating a tiny layer of starchy dust on the surface of each grain. The purpose of washing the rice is to remove that layer of starch so the rice comes out as individual grains instead of glued together. I washed and discarded the water 4 times before I could see my hand through it. This is what recipes mean when they say, wash until the water runs clear. This is how it looks after washing. You can see the grains are mostly translucent. Next, I'm going to soak the rice. This is a very common step in sushi rice recipes, which is a good indication that it's also an important step. The best explanation I could find in my research is that soaking preserves the flavor of the rice because it cuts down on the cooking time. If anyone can confirm or provide another reason, please let me know in the comments. After soaking, you can see the rice is now mostly opaque. Cooking the rice is fairly standard, just stick it in a small pot with some water. I'm adding a little kombu for flavor because I happen to have some lying around. From there, I bring it to a boil, put on the lid, and then set it to low for about 15 minutes. After cooking, I'm preparing the seasoning while I let the rice steam. You could heat the vinegar on the stove or in the microwave to dissolve everything, but I find that if I start early, the sugar and salt are dissolved by the time I need it. I don't have the traditional sushi gear, but the goal is to cool the rice and keep it from sticking, so I'm using a non-stick cake pan. In goes the seasonings, and obviously I'm no sushi chef, but the main technique here is to slice and turn the rice. Slicing breaks up the lumps, and turning ensures the rice cools evenly. After turning, I'm fanning, and this may sound silly, but the goal is to make the grains of rice shiny. I'm guessing the sugar drying on the surface of the grains makes it kind of sparkly. I'm not sure how well it shows on camera, but with the naked eye, it's quite unmistakable. Now that the rice is done, let's get down to decorating. I mixed in a bit of turmeric to make this rice yellow, and then to make it into a ball, I just squish it with my hands using a piece of plastic. This is aburaage, which is fried tofu, and the color is perfect for the serpent stripes. For the mouth, I'm using a bit of tuna, and if you're wondering what kind, I'm very excited to tell you that it is la-hee. Now it's just a matter of sticking everything to this yellow rice ball, which is easier said than done. It has no mouth, and it must scree. There, that's better. I used a little shape cutter to make the eyes, but you can use scissors. Doing this made me feel like a serpent of Ronka dentist. Perhaps I missed my calling. Here I've got a white rice ball, some gray rice which I made by mixing in ground black sesame seeds, and some brown rice which I made by mixing in some soy sauce. This is my shape cutter, which is like a hole puncher, and it makes a bunch of different shapes and sizes. For the fat cat, I'm putting 1 scoop of brown and 1 scoop of gray to make its little patches, and then mashing them down with the plastic. Then another scoop of brown and another scoop of gray to make the little ears. Its mouth is 2 little smileys overlapping in the middle, and then all that's left is the eyes. For the moogle, I'm using a tiny piece of tuna for the nose and nori for the eyes and wings. I forgot to record putting on the palm, but I used a little radish. For the korpakur, I'm scraping out the middle of a slice of avocado to get that nice green color and then brushing it with lemon juice to keep it from going brown. From there, I just mash it into the rice ball with a piece of plastic wrap. All that's left are the eyes, nose, and a little leaf. This is a good example of food that is a bit on the fussy side to make, but so rewarding and fun to eat once you get through the fine details. I have so many childhood memories attached to making and eating sushi, so this really reminds me of my days as a little lady. As for this serpent, his days are done. For the full recipe and instructions, please check out the link to my website in the description below and in the card at the top of the screen. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week for another Little Ladies' Day recipe. Until then, please enjoy this video of Kupo playing keep away with her nasty banana toy.